Good morning, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you might be doing. We wish to welcome you to the Silverlight Show. The Silverlight shines to illuminate that which lies hidden in darkness. For those of you tuning in today, we welcome you in. This is the time of the year I have never truly understood. It's that peculiar time between Christmas and New Year's where they make you go into work, but there's not really anything to do. So they're really making you work for the sake of having people on the floor. And this is true in whatever industry I have been in. Now, there are certain exceptions to this. Obviously, the health community, it's a 24/7 kind of operation, and I feel bad they don't get more breaks. But you kind of knew that when you got into the field. Police officers, same thing. Fire department, exact same situation. Sorry about that, but that's one of the reasons you get paid a little bit more than your average Joe is because you have to be there in all the worst times. But what I'm talking about is your regular person working for an agency or a company, whatever it is. And chances are you work generally 9 to 5. I've been in a situation most of my life where I don't work 9 to 5. And to be honest, I don't like working 9 to 5. There's a reason I'm called Silverlight. I'm used to the moon being out. And I've survived very well off of being a night specialist, being the one who's able to handle the shop, opening, closing when other people aren't around. And that's how I've kind of made my niche. Whereas other people, and all respect to them, need that 9 to 5 daily routine. But no matter what, there's a lot of people going into work this week that really don't need to be there. Operations in general slow down. Yes, stuff still needs to be moved around, but we've already gone past the Christmas rush. Anything you have as far as inventory goes is going to be sitting there for the next month or so. If you're manufacturing things, you've already got your big orders in. That's what's happening. Like whoever made these 3, whatever they are. I don't know their glasses, but I mean, look. See, like that's either a shot glass or I'm supposed to put a votive candle on it. I don't know, but somebody is out there manufacturing these things and putting them out. And they're bringing their workers in to fulfill whatever orders they have and etch them and do whatever they need to do. But realistically, for anything major, you're not getting anywhere for the next couple of weeks. Pretend for a second you have a situation with your mortgage that's non-critical, like they're not going to be throwing you out. Whoever you email, whatever you get a hold of, it's going to be put off till the second week of January. Because this week, everybody's kind of in chill mode. Anything they can put off, they're going to put off. Then the first week of January is just trying to recover from whatever they put off. So that puts us into second week of January before any real business starts happening. And then there's usually this big long lull of nothing. So people kind of start falling asleep. Employers get content and they say, well, we don't need these many employees. We can cut back, not bring in the temporaries, not bring in these people. The people on the line, we're going to cut back to 8 or 6 hours a day instead of the 10 hours that they're doing now. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody knows it. It happens every year. So why are we unable to plan for these next couple days? Between Christmas and New Year's, having been involved intensely in scheduling employees and booking all sorts of things, I know for a fact that this time you might as well, you're coming into work for the coffee and the donuts. That's all it is. And people are looking to get this time off. And I've had to tell them, no, sorry, you didn't book it off in time. And I'm parroting what my superior has told me. Whether that be a boss, whether that be a vice president, whether that be a president, whoever it might be. It's ridiculous. We're making people come in just to say we have our people home here. And I mean, before Christmas happens, it's a joke. It is an absolute joke. You come in for the morning shift or the evening shift, and they bring you in for like 3, 4 hours and send you home. Why? Just in case something happens. Virtually never does. Same thing with New Year's. They bring you in just in case whatever might happen. What? They get this big order? Well, it never happens. Or at least in my experience, it never happens. Most of this could easily be handled by, you know, one supervisor being in, one competent supervisor. I should probably add that caveat. The competent supervisor and employees that are willing to sit around, and you'd have to pay them some sort of a wage, but they would know they might have to scramble at the last minute and get things done. But more than likely, you're sitting there on Facebook, on your social media, this whole vendetta about people not being allowed to have phones on their desks. Yeah, this time of year, I don't think anybody cares. What real work is being done? If you're a craftsman, you might get a rush order like these things, whatever these things are. You need this carved out because the party is in this next week, and either the person is incompetent and they didn't plan ahead and you get to charge them extra, or the other supplier fell through and you're doing somebody a favor. Again, I got respect for emergencies. They do happen. But you pretty much knew in December 1st what January is going to look like. And it's no secret to anybody, but we continue this ridiculous charade year after year of having everybody come in. And yeah, Christmas Eve, maybe somebody brings in cookies, maybe you have a little potluck, and then New Year's Eve, everyone's just looking at the clock because they want to get out of there. Especially a year like this where it's coming on a weekend. Do you think people really want to be in it this week at all? No. Well, let me rephrase that. You'll get a couple people who want to be there because they want the overtime, whatever the case is. But realistically, 60 to 70% of the workforce could have this week off with no disruption of service. Again, exceptions to this would be fast food joints, restaurants, and places like that. Everybody else, there's nothing going on. I mean, if you own a cleaning service, you've had this scheduled for forever. And if you get an emergency call, you're an owner-operator yourself. You can figure it out. Either do it yourself or you know which of your employees are extra reliable and you give them the overtime. This bothers me every year, and I see it happen every year. And it's incredible that in 2021, when we've been doing this probably since the 1950s, that we cannot figure it out as a society. Maybe this whole week we should give everybody off so that the parents and the kids are off at the same time. Because that's the other part of this that people don't realize. You have the parents in working, the parents have to find arrangements for the kids. And if grandma and grandpa, for whatever reason, are not available, what do you do with the kids? It's a hard situation. Employers don't care. They want to be able to walk around their factories and say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody, and that's all they care about. It's pathetic, in my opinion. It's something that needs to stop. Why are we making people come in between Christmas and New Year's? It's hard to answer that question. As a matter of fact, there may never be an answer to that question. But that being said, it's just one of those things we'll have to figure our way out of. And if we're going to start moving forward in an economy where there's equal rights and equal wages, it's going to have to be addressed. But anyways, we hope you enjoyed this episode of the Silverlight Show. If you did, please hit like, share, subscribe, buy the merchandise. Believe me, that book is not the only one. There's more and more of them coming, and I rather enjoy book publishing. The difference is I do it for joy. But other than that, we hope you have a fantastic day.